I'm going from this to this in just 24 hours. Welcome to Motorbike Explorer. Manizales is a perfect city to spend a few days in. I was able to catch up on some video editing and really immerse myself in the local culture here. Unfortunately, I must keep moving. There's much more of Colombia to explore and film. But first I have to make it up this very steep street. Jeez. It's amazing how each city around the world has their own personality. If you guys watching ever decide to tour Colombia, be sure to put Manizales on your list of destinations. You will not be disappointed. Today I will be heading into a more mountainous region where I'll be passing over a section of the Andes Mountains. I'm also getting the urge to stay in areas that are more quiet, away from city life and more surrounded by nature. It's not that I don't enjoy exploring the larger cities, it's just that I could only handle so much of it at a time. After a close look of the maps earlier this morning, I'll be riding up to an elevation of almost 10,800 feet or 3,291 meters on a mountain pass in between the cities of Ibaque and Jurirdat. I hope the smaller fuel jet I replaced back in Medellin will do the trick. This stretch of road is littered with slow-moving trucks. They are barely crawling up these steep inclines. Whoa, that was close. Awesome! Here's the summit covered in fog. This is officially the highest point I've reached on the trip so far. The Andes Mountains are the longest continental mountain range in the world, measuring about 4,300 miles or 7,000 kilometers long. Its highest mountain peak is located in Argentina, Mount Aconcagua, which has an elevation of 22,838 feet or 6,961 meters. Alright, I finally made it to Jurirdat. Just have to find my hotel now. Yes, found it. Time to eat and relax. In the last segment, I've been riding from Manizales to Jurirdat, which took about 6 hours. I want to show you this section of the Andes Mountains I had climbed so you have a sense of scale. I was glad the bike made it up okay. The thinner air, smaller fuel jet, and my heavy gear was definitely a handicap. During this section here, I noticed a lot of mining caves and later discovered that the area is full of mining operations for precious metals, coal, oil, and natural gas. That explained all the truck traffic. After an okay night's rest in Jurirdat, I'm ready for my next trip leg, which is making me a little nervous. I'll tell you why in a second. Let me just mentally prepare. Alright, I've got everything packed up, got some food, and plenty of water on board. I've realized now that some of the most beautiful places in the world are often the most difficult to get to. These places are off the beaten path, where Mother Nature still has a stronghold. These are places where if you get into trouble, you might be on your own for a while. During my trip planning, I discovered an area worth visiting, the Tatacoa Desert, a semi-arid region occupying 127 square miles or 330 square kilometers. Even though my bike's reliability is questionable at the moment, given my previous breakdowns, I'm going to throw caution at the wind and explore the area. And I have no idea what to expect. Okay, here it is, the entrance to Tatacoa. Riding along, I came across what looked like a mine entrance, until I saw another motorcyclist go through. Man, it's dark in here. Whoa, check this out. An old metal bridge crossing the Magdalena River. Amazing. Here's another tunnel. I wonder if a train came through at one time. Weird to see people out in the middle of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. At this point, I'm just about at the heart of the desert, and there's not a lot of vegetation out here. So barren. The desert is enormous. The temperature is pretty warm too, about 93 degrees Fahrenheit or 34 degrees Celsius. Despite Tatacoa's climate, it's quite beautiful. Really quiet out here too. Okay, I'm getting hungry, and this looks like a good spot to stop, eat, and enjoy the surroundings. Whew, I made it without issues. I've ridden almost the entire width of the desert, scoping out places to wild camp. My roadside lunch stop location isn't that well hidden, so after lunch I'll just backtrack a bit to another spot I found. Here's my kitchen setup, surrounded by some gear acting as my windshield. On the menu today, ramen noodles. Cost of lunch, $1. The views, priceless. Just look at those mountains. Absolutely magnificent. Why was I so nervous riding out here today? I guess I only thought about all the things that could go wrong instead of it actually going right. I definitely need to think more positive, otherwise I'll miss out on a lot. This is just what the doctor ordered, a bit of serenity for the mind. After about an hour or so, I packed up the kitchen and got back on the bike to backtrack a little. I remember passing a more private spot earlier, while I'll wait for the sun to go down a bit before pitching the tent. Yeah, I think this area will do just fine. There they are, the Andes Mountains. What a view. It's so peaceful out here. And if you listen closely, you can actually hear yourself think. The bad thing about camping is that you wake up when the sun rises. But I don't mind with views like this. Looks like I got some neighbors that moved in last night. Okay, time to break down camp and get the bike loaded up again. One last look at this gorgeous view. I'm sure going to miss this place. Alright, everything is packed up where they should be. I have all my trash with me. Fingers crossed I get a good start. Yep, no issue starting. Thank goodness. Time to get moving. Well, that was really fun. Such a memorable experience waking up to this incredible scenery. And I was worried for nothing. I should ride off the beaten path more often. On the way in yesterday, I passed this peculiar looking building and decided to get up close and personal with it. It's the Tactical Observatory, which gazes up at the stars, albeit on a clear night, which I did not have. However, the unique gullies formed in the sand surrounding the facility certainly made up for it. Pretty cool looking. Back on pavement now, I'm continuing south to my next destination, San Agustin. I didn't get a chance to research accommodations as I had no available Wi-Fi the past couple of days. So I'll just head into town and see what my options are. I'm passing now through the city of Nyla, which contains around 400,000 residents. There are some interesting art installations positioned along this riverside park, and I later discovered that the park was installed in order to safeguard the Magdalena River from waste dumping. Hopefully it's been successful. Man, this part of Colombia is very scenic, a perfect riding backdrop. Speaking of riding, all this riding is making me hungry. I had skipped out on breakfast, so it's time to get some calories in me. What looks good to eat here? Pizza. Yeah, that'll do. So far, I've been on the road for about 3.5 hours before stopping for lunch. I've made it as far as the city of Garçon, and I have another 2.5 hours to go before reaching San Agustin, where I still need to find accommodations. Ugh, I ate way too much. Just a few more hours to go. Hopefully I could find a nice hotel with a warm shower. San Agustin is a bit out of the way for me, but I plan on visiting an archaeological park there. I don't know too much about it, other than it's a site where a bunch of scary-looking sculptures were found. I've been following the Magdalena River since Girardot. This northerly flowing river is the longest in Colombia, and is named after the biblical figure, Mary Magdalene. Pretty impressive. Here is the village of Timana, featuring a beautiful church located in the central plaza. The area here is very green and probably gets a decent amount of rainfall, and because of this, I've passed some pretty remarkable waterfalls. Despite all the rain, so far I've managed to stay pretty dry, thank goodness. Alright, I made it to San Agustin. Time to find a hotel. Not many options in this town. After aimlessly riding around for a while, I ended up coming across this place and decided to check in after taking a small tour. I can't wait to get inside. Time for a much needed shower. A couple of days later, I decided it was time to visit the Archaeological Park. I armed myself with my good camera and a bit of curiosity. Seeing these statues scattered about the jungle must have been terrifying for those who discovered them. The statues are believed to have been carved between 50 to 400 AD. But the people who actually carved them remains a mystery to this day. No writings have been discovered, and most of the site is still unexcavated. But what we do know is that this place was a sacred land, a place of pilgrimage and worship. As you enter the park, you follow a path through the dense jungle, walking along 35 statues of varying height. These statues have an animal-like appearance. Statues that have bird-like characteristics signify powers of healing, and statues that seem to be covered by feline skin suggest the ability to transform from one being to another. Because there are no written text or glyphs, archaeologists believe that some of the statues, given their location, signify deities or gods, protecting the dead inside their burial tombs for protection during the afterlife. These burial tombs consisted of large stone slabs forming a chamber, which housed the sarcophagus, and who knows how many more tombs are yet to be unearthed. Most of the burial tombs which had a large human-like statue were also accompanied by two smaller ones. It is also believed that these human-like statues may have represented the deceased rulers of the community, powerful political or religious figures who now have supernatural powers in the afterlife. Funerary offerings were also discovered inside the tombs. Pendants of pure gold, jewelry, and crudely decorated ceramics were all that remained. However, their markings did not reveal as to who exactly was buried here. As I continued along the path through the jungle, I came across a flight of 100 or so stairs leading up to a hilltop. When I reached the top, I was greeted by amazing panoramic views of the surrounding mountains, along with another burial site. It's called the Alto De La Vomitus and is the site of 7 statues surrounded by several stone slab tombs and 10 very small graves, interpreted to be that of children. The burial site is probably that of a family with great importance to the community. The oldest evidence of human activity in the Alto Magdalena region dates as far back as 3280 BC. However, this burial site here is dated to be between 1 and 900 AD. Given its location on a hilltop puts a family closer to the heavens. Perhaps this site was a spiritual gathering place for the community to commemorate the buried and also pray to their gods. Back down in the valley, I came across a unique exhibit that incorporated a small stream. The noise from the stream created a very soothing ambiance to relax in. Fuente de la Vomitus is a large creek bed that features channels, pools, and complex carvings of both human and animal-like figures. The figures seem to be reptilian or amphibian in appearance. Archaeologists believe the creek bed's purpose was most likely dedicated to religious ceremonies or ritual baths. There is so much well-displayed antiquity to see at the park here, but unfortunately not much has been documented by the people who originally created it. One is left to use their imagination while observing the various types of statues and carefully constructed tombs as to the beliefs and rituals of the community at the time. Nevertheless, I got to witness firsthand beautifully sculpted stone statues that are thousands of years old. What an amazing day. I had such a good time hanging out in San Agustin. The people were very friendly and the town very charming. There are many cafeterias to sample delicious coffee and pastries. The architecture is colorful, and I saw quite a few artisanal shops selling local handcrafted souvenirs. I also saw women and children hanging around at night, which is what I use as an indicator as to how safe a town is. Combined with the nearby Archaeological Park, San Agustin ranked very high on my list of favorite spots to visit in Colombia. It's about that time to saddle up again and continue heading south. The next stop will be a small town 4 hours away called Villa Garzón. I'm really feeling good at this moment. I feel like my soul is being replenished as I live through all these incredible experiences. I can't help but think about all the distance I've already traveled on just 2 wheels. I started this journey at the Statue of Liberty, which is a symbol of freedom for the United States. And it is that same freedom I am currently experiencing right now here in Southern Colombia. Life is short, and for me, I'm not the type to buy expensive material items that don't add any real value to you. Fancy clothes, expensive cars, and big houses don't make you happy long term. I've discovered that I'd rather spend my money on memories. Amazing memories with friends and family, as well as alone. They will give you self-development and will make you truly happy. It's memories, not stuff, that you can bring with you to your grave. And yes, there will be both good and bad memories as you travel through life. Like all the bad memories I had breaking down and being stranded. These memories weren't fun, but they were certainly outweighed by all the amazing memories I've had so far in this journey. Memories I've made with new friends, sharing our own memories with each other. Memories of a local's sympathy to a foreigner in a new country. Great memories spent camping alone with my thoughts and the sounds of Mother Nature. Okay, sometimes accompanied by chickens, but mostly alone, under a peaceful night sky and waking up the next morning to amazing natural beauty. And I'll always remember the great time I had when my mom visited me in Costa Rica. Don't let the bad memories drag you down, because they will always be offset by amazing ones. Ones that may have not happened yet. Just be patient, keep your head up high, stay positive, and do what really makes you happy, because life is just too short. Never forget that you are all free. Free to have fun. Free to be adventurous. Free to make some amazing, unforgettable memories. Safe travels, everyone, wherever they may be. And have a wonderful day.